All you gotta do is just speak. One word is enough, and I'm no longer so rough. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me know what set me a figure flee. Me have to take away me say. Me have to take away me say. Me have to hide like a thief in the night. Me have to get out of sight. Me have to take away myself. Have to take away myself. I have to utilize I will.
We're pretty much close to Mother's Day because this is a month of May too as well. A lot of things celebrated in May for women, you know. Even some church activities, which I won't even go into that part of it. But, but anyway, the book in question, and I was looking at it, and it's a book of poems, but it's about women, right? Yes. I'm right now at this section. I don't know if it's at the topic. This I say chaotic memories. I'm right there, but. I'm not going to dish out anything. I just want to know who's Stacie Ann Green. If you want to, let that be known to our viewers and listeners. Who's Stacie Ann Green?
Okay. I am originally from Clarendon.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I was born and raised in Clarendon. And at a very early age, I really loved reading. As a child, reading was our option. We didn't really have access to turn on the television as we wanted. So growing up, I was really a reader, and I fell in love with books, literature books in particular. So at a very early age, reading was my passion. Now, I attended Mapen High School, in Clarendon. That's a private high school in Clarendon. And later on, I went on to pursuing studies to become an educator. All right, so I went to Church Teachers College, and in later years, I went to the University of the West Indies, and I really focused on studying Caribbean history. That is what I specialize in as an educator. For years, I have been a teacher. I taught in Jamaica for many years, and then I migrated since 2016, and I've been teaching in the Turks and Caicos Islands. Now, Stacie Ann, who is Stacie Ann?
1 minute there, Stacie. I'm going to ask you to turn up your volume a little bit because mine is way up, and I'm hearing they can't hear you.
Are you hearing me now?
Yeah, how is that, Max?
I can hear you nice and clear.
Okay.
All right.
So continue, my dear.
Thanks. All right. So, Stacie Ann, who is Stacie Ann? I am a very passionate person who loves to read. I love to think. I love to have dialogue with myself. I am in constant conversation with myself about things that really stir my soul. So on a daily basis, if you come across me, I may come across as being very calm, very quiet, very pensive. But if you get in conversation with me, you realize that I have so much to say, and I will talk and go on and on and on about the things that really stir my soul. So I have over the years just thrown my thoughts on paper, and I have been having quiet conversation with myself. That's the type of person I am.
Okay, quiet conversation with yourself.
Yes.
That's some deep thoughts, meditative thoughts there. But how did you, or I would say how, when did you start writing poems now, putting them into poetry?
I started writing poems officially, I think about 2002, is
Mm-hmm.
when I really realized that my conversations with myself, first of all, they started as like journal entries. I would just write about my day and so. And I realized that if I just wrote about them as they were, um, it gave me some sort of relief. But I realized that if I found creative ways to express it, then even a bad day, I could get some sort of inspiration from it. So in 2002, I started writing my stories, my thoughts, my conversations in a way that would bring about some sort of hope and optimism and inspiration.
Okay. Um, one of the things that I've seen, I think I was on Instagram,
Yes.
and that's how I came across you
Okay.
and your poetry, and I decided to send it to the booking team and tell them to book this young lady. Is another female out of Jamaica that is doing poetry, and it's really, some inspiring stuff that was posted up. And
Yes.
that's why I decided to have you here on our
Right.
program. Now you're all the way in another country in the Caribbean.
Yes, I am.
What really get you in the Turks and Caicos?
All right. First of all, my husband,
Mm-hmm.
he migrated to Turks and Caicos and he was working in the Turks and Caicos Islands for a while.
Okay.
And as a young couple, we decided at the time that it would be best for us to be in the same place. So with that, I had to shift my location temporarily. So I came to Turks and Caicos, and I am still here working.
Okay.
Yes.
Not bad. Max, you have any question for the young for Stacie?
I do. I am curious. I did get a chance to look through your book briefly.
Yes.
Um, how did you come up with the cover? I found the cover very, very, very intriguing.
Oh, all right. The cover note.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, the photograph that's on the cover, it was taken years before this idea for the book. So I had the photograph there. And then when I got together with this talented artist at the time, he was a student at Edna Manley College, Mikhail Deans.
Okay.
When I got together with him, I told him about the collection really. So it wasn't just my idea of the cover. I had some conversation with him. He listened to what the book was about. I shared some of the poetry with him. And I said, could you come up with something? And he asked for images. So I submitted some images to him. And he went ahead and he did his, what I would call his magic. And he came up with the concept. So when he shared the idea with me for the concept to portray this woman on the cover, this courageous, resilient woman who a lot of Jamaican women would be able to identify with, who a lot of girls who I teach would be able to identify with.
Yeah.
I we really sat together and it came together. And from there, we broke it down. And if you notice the cover, the face on the cover, there are two different shades. At the top here, where you have the forehead and the eyes, you notice that side is lighter than the
Right.
bottom half of the face. And that is because we wanted to paint the picture of a woman finding her heart, having to do with her brain, discovering all these new perspectives.
Okay.
So it has to do with the enlightenment that has come to her. So if you notice that top half there is much lighter. Yes,
Yeah.
and that's the concept we wanted to bring across, where in her mind, something has to change in your mind when you have been through all that should have crushed you. When something changes there, then I'm sure then that everything falls into place after that. So the concept for the cover.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. So, going through the book, because the first thing I came across when the book opened, it said the end.
That was deliberate.
And I just kick back and say, why is the end at the front of the book? I said,
Right.
I have to ask her because I'm not going to assume.
Yes.
And it's at the
Right. All right. I deliberately and for me everything this book had to be special because of the place I was when I started writing this poetry. When I started writing poetry, I was at the end of something that I thought was a tragedy. It was awful, it was difficult, it was painful. But that painful end was the beginning of something beautiful, the birth of a person I did not know. So for me, the end of something awful signaled the beginning of something beautiful.
Okay, okay, fair enough, fair enough. Wonderful. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm. Um, when I came across it, I said, man, she must be drawing crowd, paying some attention. And I'm sure if you go to a book signing, this will come up to as well. What you say? Go ahead, Flavius.
No, stopping to start.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I would love you for you to go through all of this book because going through it, I'm looking at three things here.
Yes.
From what you said at the beginning, I mean at the end, you have something that say, love elude, then betrayed, empty, and scarred, she walked away.
Yes.
All right. And I'm looking at it and say, she's writing about love,
Yes.
betrayal, which is bitterness,
Yes.
and at the same time, you're empowering women that they can walk away from a situation without staying and getting hurt or being killed.
Yes.
And I remember the conversation we had, and you said you would love for me to go through it and even come back and talk about something or tell you to talk about something. And we're going through this time where women are being treated badly. They have been being killed because, and they have been killed over some silly reason. I want you to elaborate a bit on it and see if you can enlighten, empower some women this morning.
Right. For me, writing this, I believe each piece of the poetry is just honest conversation. I wrote each piece hoping that women would be able to identify with all of these experiences or most of these experiences and understand that you are not the only person who faces this. You are not the only person who feels this way. Because a lot of times women feel so isolated, they feel so embarrassed, they feel so pressured, they feel so cornered, they think they cannot make a decision to walk in a different way or change the narrative. So for me, I wrote all of these pieces about brokenness, hurt, rejection, disappointment, hoping women would find some comfort to say, whoa, another woman has felt and has seen this, and she pushed through, she overcame, she made the move, she was resilient. I am hoping that these stories will give women that courage or that inspiration to live courageously and just walk out. So, for example, one of the poems I hope a lot of women will really hold on to is the one that I wrote on page 39 that says, I am not listening. Because we listen to these voices that keep us caged. Sometimes we listen to these voices, that hold us hostage.
Mhm.
And we really do not make the move to take the decisions that are for our best. So, for example, I
Sure.
hear voices speaking loudly. Impressive speeches concern tones. But one thing I am sure of, I will not listen. I trust my soul. So sometimes you hear the voices and you know that what the voices are saying, you know that's not the truth, and your soul is telling you what you need to do. In your soul, you know what it is. And a lot of times we just don't trust our souls that this is it. This is what I must do. So I'm hoping that we will learn not to listen to those voices that keep us trapped.
If you're doing a performance, how would you bring it across to the audience? Can you do it for us?
Yes, I can.
Right.
So let me go ahead with this one, and it's one of my favorites. It says, I hear voices speaking loudly. Impressive speeches concern tones. But one thing I am sure of, I will not listen. I trust my soul. There was a time I would have listened, but that faded with the night. I see beyond the cloaked laughter. I see beyond the mask. I hear voices, but I refuse to listen. The roof collapsed and I know. You wonder why I'm indifferent? I can hear you even when your voice is low. I hear you, but I refuse to listen. You can speak in angelic tones. Your words hold no meaning. I listen with my eyes. I bet you did not know.
Yeah. Rough. I say rough.
Yes.
You know,
Can you hear me?
yes,
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay. It's something you said. Is very, very true. Especially when it comes to domestic violence.
Yes.
It starts in the mind sometimes before it's even a physical thing.
Yes.
A lot of people don't realize that. Sometimes they think, oh, she just beating her. No, most of the time, that's just the residuals. That's the after effect. He or she, but we're really focusing more on the male abuse towards the women. He has already gotten into her psyche. He's already gotten into her mind. He's already broken her there mentally. So yeah, that's some deep things you're talking about there. I like your piece. Very good.
Okay.
as you were saying, Flavius. Flavius?
No, I was asking her to continue speaking about the book, and
Okay. In the
we will
book,
come up with something to jump into the one.
yeah, in the book, I come across this one that I like and said,
Okay.
no. And the reason why I like it is because I'm going to tell you when I finish reading. It said,
Okay.
those who will talk at you, others will talk about you. Some will talk around you. Engage only those who are sincere enough to speak with you. And it's not only for women, it's for men as well. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
because I've spoken to people, who, and I've heard people talk about me and talk about members of my family and friends that I know, and just standing in the midst of them talking about some people, and they don't even. I would say maybe them don't even recognize that you're a member of the family, or they don't even know. And you said to yourself, well, I can't imagine if I wasn't here. Them will be killing me and many of them. Sometimes we hear ears a ring and your mother, your grandparents are listening, your ears a ring, somebody attack.
Hotel. Yeah.
I know it's this I know. It's for both sexes,
Yes.
Wow.
Give us a saying, talk some more about the book and then give us some more stuff from the book.
All right. The book, in general, the book talks about the various seasons that a woman really goes through in her life. It doesn't just focus on her being broken. It talks about seasons of her meeting face to face with disappointment, pain, grief, loss in every area of her life. So I try to include all the different experiences a woman would have. So I talk about relationship issues. I talk about broken friendship with both genders, relationships on
Mm-hmm.
both sides. I speak about women who have experienced loss as it relates to miscarriages.
Mm-hmm.
I write poems about that because I think sometimes we don't openly speak about these things enough, and so many people feel intimidated, and they feel, as I said earlier, isolated by their circumstances, and they choose to go through alone. And for some people it just crushes them if they believe they are alone. So hearing another voice saying, listen, this is how it feels, this is how I've felt, this is how I see it, the book really tries to capture all of that, to just empower women to just own your story, own it.
Mm-hmm.
The good, the bad, the expected, the unexpected, whatever. Own your story. And I don't think we are able to live courageously until we own our stories, our individual stories.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Your story. Yes.
I I I I don't know how much of the book have some personal reflection of yourself or a family member. Very deep book. I want to say very deep, For the short time that I spend reading it, and I touch on some of these poems, I'm saying to myself, I wonder what's going in our head, because these are too deep.
Okay.
I don't know if you have other books before that.
No, this is the first one.
Why you come so deep, man?
All right. This book for me, it's a compilation of experiences I've had over 18 years.
Mm.
So I used to write I still do. I write my personal experiences,
Mm.
and all of these experiences, I've all of these experiences, I've had them at one point or the other. Some of them, whether they were directly my experience or indirectly as a friend shared it, a family member shared it, but I felt it. And I cannot write about things that I don't feel. I cannot write deeply about things that I don't feel deeply. So for me, it's hard for me to just sit and write about things that made up stories. When I feel something, whether it touches me in a negative or a positive way, I just can write about it and talk about it for days. All right, and I gain fresh perspectives. So that is why I was able to write about the various seasons, all the seasons, the ones that should have crushed you, the ones where you found yourself and you got back on your feet, and the one where you realize, oh, this is it. This is my history. This is my reality. That's the future. And you get so strong at that point. It's not that you don't face some of the same things that would have crushed you, but you face them in a different way. You
Mm.
are so
Yeah.
much more resilient. You understand yourself so much more. You have changed so much. You are able to, write about that and live courageously. I'm going to share another one that I really love, that I think a lot of women need to embrace this one. And I so wish that many women will just embrace this piece. It says, I will speak. My heart has been silent for too long. It's on page 42.
Oh, yeah.
My side of the story always told, and I, an uninvited guest to its audition. I will speak. I will not consider the discomfort others may feel at my utterances. I have lived long enough with the whisperings and pointed fingers of the crowd. I will speak. I will not use hushed tones. Let the guilty face this story. My side was never told. I will speak. This time my voice will not quiver. It has been summoned by 1,000 thunders that for years let me shake. I will speak. and the caves of silence will echo. They hold stories of change. The spirits are now awake. I will speak. Not a word will be left shrouded in the tombs. The womb of time has birthed a new day in time for the new moon. I will speak. I will not be silenced. My words will roam the streets in garments of jubilee. I will speak. I cannot be silenced with shame. The secret of my peace sings a new song. The orchestra makes its way. And I so wish so many other women would speak. Whatever your story is, could you just speak it? Could you just write it? Could you just share it to just empower another woman? To just give her that push on her journey. There's so many things we need to speak about. And in the introduction I said, for so many reasons we remain muted.
True.
And I so wish that we would just speak your story.
The answer question. And you're the second person I've heard read like that. First one, she's right here with us. Were you a great fan of Maya Angelou?
Yes, I am. I listen to her,
Maya,
read her work, and she is just
it's captivating.
Most times I am at a loss for words. I wish I could have gotten the chance to have conversation with her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she just reaches that part of my soul that says, right, speak.
Because just now as you read, I will speak, to the voice of Maya Angelou coming out of you. And I remember Max when it did a poetry for us. At that same tone, we're letting people know, empower yourself, take control, of what you have. Because the voice is what we have, and the words and tone is powerful. So we have to speak out, especially this. I don't know. I want to say it to you. I don't want to say it now because of what we're doing, but when the show ends, I'm gonna say it to you. I'm gonna invite you to it, okay, after the show. Flavius, anything else? Max Juanette?
I'm just waiting for the next piece. I really we have something in common as well as Maya. I grew up listening to Maya Angelou, so I know exactly where Stacie is coming from. I'm in full enjoying the show. I would like to hear more.
When her piece on Instagram, it was really powerful, and it was just a little snippet of what. And I said, no, man, we have to link up the data here, because, the sound will come out of her and it will come out of Jamaica. I know a lot of women in Jamaica can't cry out right now. Empowerment like this, they need to hear it. So it brings me to another question. Are you planning to have a book launch, either nationwide in Jamaica? Which one of the things I always encourage artists, whether you're a reggae artist or a calypso artist, tour your country. Do a tour of your country first before you branch out overseas. And what I mean is, try and find spots in the country that you live. 14 parishes, 6 parishes, whatever amount, or Providence, whatever it is that, the country call them parish, and travel to all of these parishes. We have 14, and I implore you to travel to all of these parishes and let your words be known to all of these women out there. So that's
yes,
tour.
Yes, definitely. We have a virtual launch planned, and I'll update you as soon as we get close to that.
Okay, I wanted to do a physical one when COVID over.
Trust me. Yes. All right. Maxwell said she wants to hear something else. there's another one that I love so much, and funny enough, I wrote it the last minute. The last minute, I had some pieces of poetry that I pulled out. I had them in the manuscript, and I changed my mind. I just took them out because I thought I was not ready. I was not ready to share those as yet. And then I said to myself, I had a number I was working with, so I decided, all right, let me see what I can get here. And I just wanted to write something about the inspired man. And this one, instead of writing about the inspired man, it says the uninspired. It really is for me a warning based on, experiences I've had. It says, it's on page 63, by the way. Be wary of the uninspired. Through his eyes, the world is a maze. Your strength and resilience convince him that he is a coward. It vexes him to know you are brave. Be wary of the uninspired. In his eyes, your values are flaws. Your hunger for your dreams unnerves him. You forever bear the burden of being misread. Be wary of the uninspired and accept his resentful gaze. Your boundaries to him make you a felon. Your passion is ruthlessness, he claims. Be wary of the uninspired. Your confidence he consistently hates. Not that it must be feared or lauded. He calls it arrogance night and day. Be wary of the uninspired. The world in his eyes is chaos, an unwelcome reflection of a sin. Remain undaunted by his accusations. Your journey may inspire others like him. And when I wrote this, I was just hoping that persons, a lot of times we get inspired or we become inspired, and for some reason all of a sudden it goes. And then when you ask what happened, you had such a great idea, you had so many good plans, and persons will tell you about all the things that cause them to get discouraged. So I was just saying, sometimes we need to be aware that a lot of people are uninspired, and your inspiration sometimes is offensive to them.
That's,
You cannot be discouraged by that.
Yeah, true.
And I want women to understand that when you are sure of your purpose and you become inspired by your purpose and your story, the uninspired will get offended. Don't let him get in the way.
do me a favor, do not for me.
Do not. Let me find it. Do not. Where is that now? Let me see where that is. Do not. Page 66. Here, right there. It says, woman, your heart is golden.
Well, one minute. Philip just want to say something.
Yes.
No, I'm just saying that not inspired it has nothing to do with women, really.
Yes.
I encounter every day of my life. I encounter that, and you have to be very careful, very careful.
Thank you for pointing that out. Yes.
Yeah, you might want to do something, and you talk to somebody, and because they're just not there because they're so uninspired, they can't see your point of view, and they say, "Oh, that can't work, man. This never work." You don't bother with that. Yeah. Every day it happens.
True. That's so true. All right. Thank you. So you want to hear do not.
Do not, yes.
All right. It says, woman, your heart is golden. Your story is beautiful. Your testimony is powerful. Do not be discouraged by the opinion of the critic who has never felt the hot sand in your shoes.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Oh boy.
Yes.
You see, going through the book randomly, I was looking for stuff that, as I said, since we're pretty much close to, the month, we're in the month of May, and a lot of things celebrating May. We have Mother's Day. I think there's going to be another woman's something another day coming up too in May. I'm going to look out for it. I'll let you guys know when. But growing up, I always know my mother always said May is the month for women, month of May. And when I was in Catholic schooling, we always have the feast of Mary. They used to celebrate the birth of Jesus' mother to May, so they used to have the May procession and things like that. So it's a special month, and it's a month my mom born as well. So yeah, she born May 28th.
Okay.
My mother was born May 19th.
Okay, see, very special people those.
My daughter was born May 11th.
Ah, there we go. What about you, Stacie, mate?
And my son, he didn't make it to the mothers, but he came May 26th.
Oh, what it's like in Turks and Caicos? What's the rules surrounding the atmosphere, the people?
All right. It's a beautiful place. It's lovely for writers. It's lovely for people who love solitude. Yes, the population is very small here, and they have several different islands. The beach is close by. Wherever you are, the beach is close by.
Yes.
So yes, it's a lovely place for writing. It's a lovely place for reflection. It's a lovely place for just thinking and just really appreciating nature. It's a beautiful place, really quiet, low key. There's no hustle and bustle to just keep you, moving and going. And funny enough, when I came here in 2016, it gave me so much time to think and write and just think. I had so much time to just think and write. It's a beautiful place. Really beautiful place.
In Turks and Caicos?
Repeat that for me.
Was it completed there in Turks and Caicos?
Yes, the final chapter, the final section. Yes, most of those pieces were completed here.
Okay.
Pieces. Yes.
Any other stuff you're working on now?
Yes, my first book should have been Dead Left Land. That's Jamaican dialect. It should have been that, but certain dynamics, we changed the plan and we went to this. So Dead Left Land, that's another side that I really love. Yes, that's a different side of me. That side is really humor and social commentary and so on. It really focuses on Jamaican culture, in the market, family life, disagreement, all of that. That's just a different side. This side is the reflective side. So
You share with us?
repeat that?
Would you share some of the Dead Left Land with us?
Of course, I'll share some of them. All right, just give me a moment to bring that up.
Doing an album?
Yes.
Any thoughts of doing an album, a poetry album?
Yes, there's the idea and the plan for an audio book. Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
That's coming.
Do it. Go ahead and do your thing.
That's coming. All right. All right, Dead Left Land. All right, let me give you some of the titles and you tell me which one you would like to hear, all right? One of the poems, the title is actually Dead Left Land. Another one is entitled Hypocrite. And one is entitled Lego the Girl. So tell me which of the three you want.
I want you about the hypocrite and the girl.
All right. All right.
I'll be one. Yeah, be one year Lego the girl.
Lego the girl first. Yes.
Hold on. These are on my laptop there. So let me see which one I can bring up. I'm gonna go with hypocrite. That's on my screen now.
Okay.
All right.
Right?
So for those listening, we put I found my heart aside a little because we need to delve into the Jamaican dialect.
All right.
One
Right.
is entitled Hypocrite. One of my favorites, by the way. All right. It say, make me take time, sit down good. Almost doubles me a here. Hypocrite a ball, hypocrite. This your story a fish here. You notice almost hypocrite. Quick for declare. How them friend them a hypocrite when them bite them in a them rear. So if hypocrite a cry hypocrite, a who have right for blame? When hypocrite bruise hypocrite, them fi keep quiet. The whole of them should have shame. The whole of them a hypocrite. But it look like them no know. When hypocrite united, genuine people look like Papi show. Me love when hypocrite cry hypocrite and them start run them mouth. Them Lego secret, them spill them gut. A big drama when them fall out. Hypocrite vex with hypocrite cause them let them down again. Then I know them just a realize say the whole of them are no friend. Make them cut throat, make them drop word, make them proclaim each other fault. If I did me or you call them out, the whole crew would have make we fart. Hypocrite no have conscience. Like the devil, them no have shame. No make them come to you with sad story. I try look innocent and claim good name. This hypocrite versus hypocrite are the story of the year. If me did idle, me would have sell circus ticket and give them for them share. A gossip really unite them. So just make little time pass. You are gonna see how quick them reconcile. Cause them nah make people business pass. And that's it.
I love it.
Hypocrite.
That's one sweet me. Whoa, you're bad, Stacie Ann. You're bad in a good way. Come again.
All right, so where is Franco? Flavius?
Put the hypocrite in there. Here are a dub. Put it on a dub.
Okay. All right. The next one. Which one you say? Dead left land.
No, the one with the girl. Check with the girl. What I want there. That's what's it.
All right. Let me bring that up for you.
Lego the girl.
Lego the girl. See there.
All right. All right. And this one was really inspired by community fallout when you grow up in certain communities. All right. And the drama always continues. Lego the girl. Uno really have time for waste, don't you? Uno nah Lego the girl. Uno really have sympathy for the mouth of massy one. Look how much dear Uno a complain about the way she use her mouth. She finally meet her match. And Uno afraid if she get cuss out. A she tell lie on you. How you thief money at your workplace. That time at the bank system a malfunction. Make you never get no pay. A she talk say your pitney them a pretty dunks. She said them fool. She said them now come after nothing. And them better look work for clean the school. Lego the girl make she cuss her. Enough problem she cause in the lane. Enough neighbor a live in a malice. And a she are the one for blame. A she same one cause mix up over the wedding we there. She take jumpy post on social media caption, side chick a catch bouquet. You remember how she got dead yard? A stir up argument. But Jackie picking off a depan wheel. But what a woman rank. Lego the girl, uno a idiot. Enough wrongs fi make right. I bet you if the girl cuss her, enough people sleep good tonight. Uno a behave like idiot. A sorry for the girl. Look how much problem she cause. And uno willing fi bail her out. When soon since uno no like disgrace. She had the secret code for the lane. Tomorrow morning before cock take off him drawers, She a go bite one of uno again. Lego the girl make she cuss her. The vampire get too tame. She get in a people business every minute. Uno need fi done the chaos in a the lane. Lego the girl make she cuss her. No try calm her down. Look how long the old crosses a walk for a good old dress down. Lego the girl make she cuss her. Uno no want the trouble done. If I did ever miss she trouble today, the whole of uno would have to run. People not fi so presumptuous. Brazen and can't tame. Them go out of them way fi trouble good decent people. Make them take them lashings in a the lane. And that's it.
That was our good piece.
Maxwell, I see that you love this collection.
It's sweet, man, you see? No, man, that's a serious piece because it's a true story. I've seen that happen and play out time and time again. So I can really relate to it. Yeah, man. Make sure get her beaten. She too enough. Yes.
The kicker, you know, the kicker is side kicker catch bouquet.
You know, no, you don't must catch that piece there. Yeah, that was something else. I love it. I love it. I love it.
The girl was an Aquaman, you know. Yeah, listen to hear that. Aquaman. Yeah, the level. But that's for true. Well. The next one, which one was it now? The land.
Say that again.
The land. The dead.
Yes, the first one. Yes.
All right, so we gone over to dialect straight.
Yes, come again, flow with it.
I get the feeling that you guys are going to love the dialect even more than this one.
Okay.
Dead Left Land. Let me find that one.
Yeah, me ready see it. Me ready.
You ready?
Yeah, man. I love it.
All right, Dead Left Land. Let me see. It's the correct. Yes.
Right.
All right. And this story, this piece of poem really, when the time comes, I hope it will really raise awareness about the importance of inheritance, really. So as much as we might find the humor, I think it's so important for us to understand the value of inheritance.
Yeah.
And what is ours, what is rightfully ours, and how we need to treat and protect and safeguard what is ours as a people. So Dead Left Land, it's the humor side is there, but seriously, sometimes we take for granted our inheritance. All right, we really take that for granted. It says, I want to cause so much trouble in the family, make so much people vex. It look like a piece of land where Papa dead left. Jamaican people have a thing for dead left land. Them no cease for amaze me. Them no buy land, them no pay tax. But as soon as somebody dead, everybody run in. Me know say family inheritance important. But I wonder if it fair. For all of we a vex and cuss over what Papa work and slave. Then what do we? Make we can work out a plan and stop be so ready over Papa piece of land. But come to think of it, how much land him left? A quarter acre land make so much people vex. Then we really should shame. Shut we mouth and tap lay claim. Cause all the noise we a make just a give we family bad name. Then if me have pride and you have pride and we grow we pick the right, me woulda look for me land and you look for your land and the whole of we go and live good. The whole family well divided over the little piece of land. But I just wish Papa was alive fi tell them where fi gon yam. Them say coolie dopey bad, but them must tie this ya one fi true. Cause if all dopey coulda walk and box people, this vexation wouldn't get time for brew. Make we work and save we money each buy a piece of land, because it would have been a bigger disgrace for the whole of we join the couscous over quarter acre land.
You know something? You see you? You see you now? Come out of my business. You know, so yeah, you know, so you know something. I knew it. I knew you. I could have feel that poem, you know, because I am going through. I've gone through that with my own family, where they rob my mom, my granny, and my auntie, and my uncles rob my mom of our land and leave her kids, myself, my sister, and my brother with nothing. We have to stop doing them things. It's not right. Stop it.
And this is it. The story, even though I choose the humor, I
Yeah.
really, it came from a place where it was real. And I saw it too many times with too
Oh, yeah.
many families where generations are divided over
Yes.
this thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because one person chooses to be selfish.
Yup.
One person doesn't understand. One person is just dishonest.
True.
And this thing can cause so much division that
Yeah.
it ends up that we really lose our inheritance.
We do. We do. It's true.
Lose our inheritance, and we create
Yep.
such a great divide within families and generations.
Generation to generation. It's true. Just because of that. Oh yes, that's facts. That's facts you're talking.
And it's not that I'm sending a message that individuals need to ensure that everybody owns. No, I think as families we need to come to an agreement that this
Yeah.
land is ours.
Do the right
This
thing.
land is ours. Let's do the right thing so that this land remains ours for years.
That's
to
right.
come.
That's
And
right.
sometimes when we don't do the right thing, that inheritance slips out of our own family.
Oh yeah.
And,
Oh,
and
yeah.
we create some real serious chaos for generations to come.
It's true. Flavius, you're saying something there? True.
Yeah, very recently in Jamaica, I think probably about 2 or 3 or even more. We have one sibling dead and the other one gone to jail.
Okay.
Because of recent times,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, this is still going on in my family right now. As you speak with this, just as Stacie Ann said, big divide, cousins, first cousins, you name it. It's brother, sister, auntie, uncle. It's nasty. We need to stop it because we're not getting anywhere doing that.
True. And I think if we understand that the inheritance is collectively ours,
Yeah.
then we will do the right thing.
Yes.
So that it transitions throughout generations.
The generation. That's right.
If we just understand that inheritance is important,
Oh yeah.
let's do the right thing with it for the future generations. But
It's difficult.
The story
Yeah.
continues. The story continues. So these pieces really talk about these issues that I see, disagreements. But I try to take the humor. I try to take the humor from all of these stories.
Right. I love it. I love it. I could listen to you all day long.
Okay. Yes. All right.
he's ready to put out now after this book.
Yes.
Because I think that collection will be a serious winner. Serious winner.
Oh yeah.
And we're working on audio for this because I think too that sometimes when we write Jamaican dialect, the average person might not necessarily
read it.
want to sit and read it. And I think the audio will enable a lot of people to more appreciate and relate to to the poetry. So we're really working on audio. Audio for this, so that the message really goes out.
And it's a learning tool.
It is.
Oh yes.
It is because every piece I write, there's a lesson there. I'm not just writing frivolous, trivial things just for a laugh. I'm not interested in just having a laugh. Yes, I see the humor, but there's a deeper story. There's a bigger story, and attention needs to be placed on that. yes, we're gonna laugh, but at the end of the day, yeah. So we laugh. What now? What's the story? What's the lesson? For me, that's really more important.
Yeah. Beautiful.
What is very important with this too, is that when you actually read it, you can put the emphasis where you want it. So it has
Exactly.
the
The meaning.
meaning.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Well, Stacie Ann
Yes.
Green Taylor, I'm giving you calling out all your name.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I've really, and I'm going to put Flavius with the one drop word. Give me a one drop word, Flavius, for this.
Brilliant.
All right, a brilliant piece of performance of poetry collections from your book, and your expression of yourself. Telling us, how you started and how it all, the journey takes you where you're at right now. And I'm hoping that you continue, doing what you're doing, because you have some really interesting stuff, and use the platform to empower women. And not only women, but young growing up women as well, the younger ones, our future, so that they too, can start, having pride in themselves. And even some you can encourage to become poets as well,
Yes.
because you're a teacher, and I don't know if it's poetry you're teaching over there.
No, I teach Caribbean history.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, wow.
That is good. We must bring you back then.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
So for and part of what I do too with this writing, I hope I will encourage others to write. There are so many gifted people, so many talented people who just write for themselves, and I want especially women and girls to know the world needs to hear what your pen has to say.
That's
Too
right.
too many of us just write, and we take it for granted that, okay, this is nothing. No. The world needs to hear what your pen has to say.
Mhm.
And I hope this collection, I hope my poetry, my writings, whatever I do will inspire women to just write. Write and inspire other people.
I hope so too.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah.
So thank you very much for taking time out of your schedule, your busy schedule, because I know you're busy, and for spending some time with us. So we do ask that you join us soon, and very soon. I'm going to give you this song. I want you to walk with this song because it's a Caribbean song, and since you're teaching Caribbean history,
Yes.
I want you to listen to this a little bit, Stace.
Okay.
I don't know if you can hear, but
Yes, I can.
I am not hearing it, Franco.
Walking on sand and holding your hand. Feel like a tourist in my own homeland. In my own homeland. Enjoying the bright, the warm sunlight. Oh my God, what a beautiful sight in my own homeland. This place is so nice, wanna do everything twice. Yes, I feel as if I'm in a paradise, no matter the season.
not gonna give you all of it. I just give you a piece of it.
Love it. I love it.
Song that we use, for our theme, Caribbean theme,
Yes.
Homeland by Miss Pam Hall. And it's very beautiful, and it's about the Caribbeans. Max, sorry you couldn't hear it, but
I caught a piece of it, though.
how's everything in your neck of the woods?
All is well. It's a cool day here.
A cool day? How cool is it when you say a cool day here?
I have no idea. I've not been keeping track, but in comparison to last week, today.
Okay. I did something that that I promised I was going to do, and I take a glance on the book, and I really like it. It's impressive. I'm going to tell you which book, because it's one, since we're pretty much close in the month of May. It's, well, no, we're pretty much close to Mother's Day, because this is a month of May too as well. A lot of things celebrated in May for women, you know. Even some church activities, which I won't even go into that part of it. But, but anyway, the book in question, and I was looking at it, and it's a book of poems, but it's about women, right? Yes. I'm right now at the section. I don't know if it's at the topic. This I say chaotic memories. I'm right there, but. I'm not going to dish out anything. I just want to know who's Stacie Ann Green. If you want to, you know, let that be known to our viewers and listeners. Who's Stacie Ann Green?
Okay. I am originally from Clarendon.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I was born and raised in Clarendon. And at a very early age, I really loved reading. As a child, reading was our option. We didn't really have access to turn on the television as we wanted. So growing up, I was really a reader, and I fell in love with books, literature books in particular. So at a very early age, reading was my passion. Now, I attended Mapen High School, in Clarendon. That's a private high school in Clarendon. And later on, I went on to pursuing studies to become an educator. All right, so I went to Church Teachers College, and in later years, I went to the University of the West Indies, and I really focused on studying Caribbean history. That is what I specialize in as an educator. For years, I have been a teacher. I taught in Jamaica for many years, and then I migrated since 2016, and I've been teaching in the Turks and Caicos Islands. Now, Stacie Ann, who is Stacie Ann?
1 minute there, Stacie. I'm going to ask you to turn up your volume a little bit, because mine is way up, and I'm hearing they can't hear you.
Are you hearing me now?
Yeah, how is that, Max?
I can hear you nice and clear.
Okay.
All right.
So continue, my dear.
Thanks. All right. So, Stacie Ann, who is Stacie Ann? I am a very passionate person who loves to read. I love to think. I love to have dialogue with myself. I am in constant conversation with myself about things that really stir my soul. So,
walking on sand and holding your hand, feel like a tourist in my own homeland, in my own homeland, enjoying the bright, the warm sunlight. Oh my God, what a beautiful sight in my own homeland. This place is so nice, wanna do everything twice. Yes, I feel as if I'm in a paradise. No matter the season, you've got every reason. This place is another little heaven. East or west, I couldn't care less. Ooh, this place, it is definitely blessed. My own homeland. North or south, feel free to wander about. You can jump, dance, or sing and shout in my own homeland. Give yourself a treat, a few days or a week, and you will see just what I mean. Just take my advice, everyone is nice. You feel like royalty, my friend. Pulsating, vibrating, reggae, reggae, reggae. Very sky, rock, a steady mental, a quadrillion, a coming up. You can fill your belly with a coconut jelly, mango, papa, cane, and guinea. There's a key in a saltfish and a roast yam and banana. Curried goat and a managed water. The Sunday special if you like a revival. Catholic, Baptist or Pentecostal. The house of Jah is there, have no fear. Walk right ahead and get your share. I'm walking on sand. I'm holding your hand. Feel like a tourist in my own homeland. In my own homeland. Feel like a tourist in my own homeland. A homeland, my own homeland. Feel like a tourist in my own homeland. My own homeland.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless. Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
One word is enough, and I'm no longer sorrow. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good
Well,
for me.
unfortunately, this is it.
That's why
Till
me
next
know what's
time.
me if me no
Bless.
flee. Me I fi take away me say. Me I fi take away me say. Me I fi hide like a thief in the night. Me I fi get out of sight.